Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Edutaining, entertaining, educating, one und the same. Um, how was your weekend? Hope it was great. Mine's I spent doing improv that I didn't get paid for, by the way. Lesson learned. And I binged a TV show on Netflix called Beef, and boy was it ever. It was different. It was very different. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it a little bit without spoilers or as unspoilery as I can make it, because I want to entice you to watch it because it is a very good show. I was thoroughly entertained. Anything that can make you binge it from like 10 in the evening until like 4 in the morning, that's a good show. I didn't even want to turn it off because I wanted to see how it turned out. You ever get into one of those shows where you just get into it and you're like, I'm gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. I want to see what happens. And I did, and I'm gonna tell y'all about it. But first, before we do that, I need y'all to do what y'all always do for a brother like myself. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, I said. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, I said. That's on my Mike Jones. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share all this. Okay. Now, what is beef? Beyond the rap meaning of beef. It's the same meaning, but ain't no hip hop related hostilities. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Yeah. Beef is precisely that. Two people that have beef with each other. And they did a whole 10 episode series just on beef. Okay. Courtesy, as you can see, of Netflix and A24 Studios, who is a studio that cranked out some quality movies along with Legendary. Legendary ain't involved with this. I'm just saying Legendary Studios cranks out some good movies. The directors were Hikari, Lee Sung Jin, and Jake Schreier. Lee Sung Jin is also a writer on such shows as Dave, Tuca and Birdie, Two Broke Girls, and It Is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now, what the hell is this show about? When the show opens up, we got Danny Cho here, played by Steve Yuen. He is at a Lowe's Home Depot like place called Forster's, and he's making a purchase. And basically, you get the gist that oh, did I mention this was a dramedy? Yes, this is a dramedy, a dark one at that. I'd call it a dark dramedy. I wouldn't even call it a dramedy or a comedy drama. It's dark dramedy because the shit gets dark really fast. Now, as you can see in this picture, that's how he's feeling about his life. He's got his own little construction business. He's a handyman. He does a little handyman work on the side, but a lot of his work either goes greatly unappreciated, or in some cases, he flat out just don't know what he's doing, and he faking it till he makes it. But his heart seems to be in the right place. His parents used to own a hotel, and because of some illegal dealings going on with his cousin Isaac, played by David Cho, they end up losing their hotel, and the parents have to go back and live in Korea. And so Danny is struggling really hard to try to make a better life for himself, so he can bring his parents back And he also has a younger brother by the name of Paul, who is played by young Mazzino, and he figures heavily into a lot of this. Uh, and basically, uh, though he doesn't know it, Danny ends up interacting with this woman. And her name is Amy Lau. And if you ain't recognize her, that role is played by Ali Wong. Amy Lau is she got money. She's papered out. She's pretty rich. In fact, she's so rich, living in a nice plush house in Calabasas, and her trophy husband, who is a stay-at-home husband because he is more or less the son of art royalty, but he don't make no money. So he just got a good reputation. So she makes all the money. Enter Amy and Danny meeting each other. And this is where the beef ensues. Danny is in his car backing out of a parking space, and Amy pulls up behind him and just leans on her horn. I mean, just inordinate long ass time on the horn. And it's like, what the? I mean, I ain't even in the movie. And that was like my whole mindset was like, why is she honking so long? Not only that, when she finally does move and he sees her taking off, she flips him the bird. So after that, bruh, it's on. He not only chases her down, but cuts her off in traffic. Now, this is where the beef begins. License plates get exchanged eventually, and they proceed to carry the beef into their personal lives, into their professional lives. They are just effing with each other without fail. And they both have very different lives, but they both are in a place where they feel trapped in said lives to the point where poor Amy can't even get her rocks off. There is a scene where she gets kind of friendly with a gun. And it's weird, but when you think about it after a while, at first I was like, ooh, she nasty. But then I thought about like she has absolutely no release. She got a husband at home that's basically not doing nothing but just looking good and playing with the kid all day. And then you got the mother-in-law on your bumper, and you can't even, you know what I'm saying? You can't even, you know, burn one off. You know what I'm saying? Get it done real quick. But the escapades escalate and stakes get super high. How high? That high. To the point where people are bleeding. To the point where people are having serious, vigorous fellowship with one another. There is so much going on in this show. Also, Maria Bello is on this show as Jordan Forster, and Ali Wong's character is trying to sell her business. And the business she has, she's got these plants that are in the store. And you know how you have like a little energetic gimmick and you work real hard to make millions at it? No. But I really, really, really get the concept of I get it. I started this business. This business is mine. I own it. But I'm really tired of this business. I'm tired of the dynamics of the business, and I just want out. Buy me out. And that's basically she's kissing Jordan's butt so that Jordan will in fact buy her business and absorb it into Forsters. Thing about it though, Jordan is one of those rich a-hole white women who just say whatever's on their mind because they got a bunch of money. She's an heiress. She's the heiress of the Forster fortune. So just think like a Walton, and she inherited it. So must be nice. But anyway, Joseph Lee plays her husband George, and Patty Yasutake plays Fumi, the mother-in-law, who is a real pain but gets comeuppance in this show. The beef ain't just about them two. The beef is about family. And as you watch this show, you find that there are a lot of traditions in Asian culture that they don't talk about, but have to deal with. And you have to see it and deal with it as an Asian person. And because of that, I can identify with it because there's a lot of those traditions in our culture as African Americans that we have to deal with that are just kind of unspoken things, and it just goes on. I mean, no matter where you go in this country as a Black person, you'll see it in a Black family. You'll see the dynamic, those kinds of things in Asian culture is kind of what they're dealing with. You help your family out no matter what. You know, even if they taking you off a cliff, you're supposed to go off that cliff with them. That's that kind of thing. And then eventually, at one point, one of the characters ends up going to church and giving their life to the Lord and tries to move on past the beef. But circumstances make that impossible. You would think this is a simple series that it will be done but they stretched it out 10 episodes, and it went 10 episodes, and all 10 episodes were engaging. Trust me. Lee Sung Jin is onto something with this edgy, dark, weird thing called beef. It's just nuts. And I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I stayed up till 4 a.m. watching it. Beef's a good show, y'all. If you don't believe me, check it out for yourself. It is currently streaming on Netflix. It started streaming on the 6th. Today is the 10th. It's only been out 4 days, so fresh. Go get you a perspective, check it out in pieces, check it out at one time. I think you will enjoy it more thoroughly if you binge it, but if you can't, that's cool too. But just make sure you watch this show. It is very dark, but at the same time, very engaging. It's one of those shows where it's like, what happened next? What happens next? Oh, because it's like there were times when I was gonna go to bed and just be like, all right, as soon as this episode's over, I'm gonna go to bed. But then something happens and it's like, damn, I gotta see what happens. And it just kept rolling on like that. You know, you'd see one thing at the end of an episode and go, let me watch one more episode. Then you watch one more episode, and one episode becomes 2, and 2 becomes 4. Next thing you know, you done binge the whole damn thing. But worth it. The payoff is rather odd, but understandable. I mean, understandable. Not the way I would have handled the beef, but like I said, I understand. Beef as a series, it did that. It did that. This is the kind of face I'm giving beef. Yes, totally worth it. As a series, totally worth it. Y'all, if y'all have not seen Beef, y'all need to get on Netflix right now. Check out a couple episodes, come back, tell me what you think. If you ain't feeling it, if you are feeling it, either way, like I always say, comment, like, subscribe, and share. I always say that, don't I? Yeah, I do. That's it for now, but fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, yo, Y'all be good. Be good to each other.